बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम अल्लाहुम्मा रब्बि ज़िदनी इल्मा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम आमीन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन. In this lecture, I will discuss the solutions of S1 variant 53 of November 2020. And for this, I am using the work of an outstanding and one of my best student, Miss Khwala Humayun of class 2022, the Lyceum. All these instructions are very important, especially this last one. Give non-exact numerical answers correct to three significant figures. Must follow all these instructions. An important advice for me and for everyone, we should be nice to others. Two important tips to solve the paper in a good way. Number one, read questions carefully. Number two, avoid careless mistakes. Question number one. The times taken to swim 100 meters by members of a large swimming club have a normal distribution with mean 62 seconds and standard deviation 5 seconds. Part A. Find the probability that a randomly chosen member of the club takes between 56 and 66 seconds to swim 100 meters. So we need this probability between 56 and 66. First, we need to convert the statement from x into z with the formula. This formula of z, x minus mu over sigma. We have mu and we have sigma. Mu is 62 and sigma is 5. Now you just need to use phi for this because this number is positive. Positive number is always phi and negative number is always 1 minus phi. Now you can either use your latest version of calculator or normal distribution table to get the values of phi. The answer should be up to three significant figures. This is the area, required area. Part B. This question is of inverse normal. 13% of the members of the club takes more than t minutes to swim 100 meters. Find the value of t. Now this is very important. The unit of time. This is t minutes and here we have 62 seconds and seconds. So we need to convert t into seconds. So it should be 60 t seconds. So this is the given information. X greater than 60t is 0.13 and this question is of inverse normal. We need to shade this area with respect to this sign of inequality. So we need to shade from upper tail to lower tail. This is the required area. Required shading with respect to this sign of inequality. 0.13 area. So phi inverse 0.13 is 1.126 if you are using the latest version of calculator. If you are using normal distribution table, then you need to find phi inverse 0.87. The answer will be 1.126. Now you just need to solve 1.126 with this 60t minus 62 upon 5. This is equal to this. So by solving this equation for t, we can get the value of t. And the value of t must be up to three significant figures. You must be good at with this shading thing, the inverse normal questions. Question number 2. An ordinary fair die is thrown until a 6 is obtained. This word until means this question is of geometric distribution. And fair die means the probability of 6 is 1 upon 6. So P is 1 upon 6, Q is 5 upon 6. Part A. Find the probability that obtaining a 6 takes more than 8 throws. So if you know this formula of geometric distribution for more than 8 throws, the formula is Q power 8, you can easily find this probability. So by using this formula, we can get the answer. Q is 5 upon 6. So 5 upon 6 power 8 will give you this answer. Two ordinary fair dice are thrown together until a pair of 6 is obtained. The number of throws taken is denoted by the random variable x. Find the expected value of x. So a pair of 6, the probability will be 1 upon 36. And the formula of mean is 1 upon p. So this is the answer, 36. Let me write the formula of mean here of geometric distribution. So the mean is 36. Part C. Find the probability that obtaining a pair of 6 takes either 10 or 11 throws. So if it takes at least 10 throws, that means the probability will be exactly 10 throws. Then this is the answer. This is the way to find the probability for exactly 10 throws. Q power 9 times P. For 11, it should be Q power 10 times P. So for exactly 10 throws, Q power 9 times P. For 11 throws, Q power 10 times P. and give your answer up to 3 significant figures. Question number 3. A committee of 6 people is to be chosen from 9 women and 5 men. Part A. Find the number of ways in which these 6 people can be chosen if there must be more women than men on the committee. So these are the possible ways. More women than men. So there could be either 6 women with no men, 5 women with 1 man, and 4 women with 2 men. See, in all these cases, women are greater than men. So 5C0 times 9C6, because there are 5 men and 9 women. 5C0 times 9C6 for this, 5C1 times 9C5, 5C2 times 9C4. You just need to add these options, either this or this or this. So add all. These are the number of ways. Part B. The 9 women and 5 men include a sister and brother. Part B. Find the number of ways in which the committee can be chosen if the sister and brother cannot both be on the committee. This is so simple. Together plus not together is equal to total. First, you need to select them together. When you will select both the brother and sister, then this will be the possible selections. 2C2 means both, and 12C4, because altogether we need 6 people. So when you will select both, then you need 4 from remaining 12, and not together. And total is 14C6. I mean any 6 from 14. So you just need to subtract this option from total. So 14C6 minus 12C4 will give you this answer. Whenever you will find this type of question, always use this method. Question number 4. The 1300 train from J to K runs every day. The probability that the train arrives late in K is 0.35. Part A. For a random sample of 7 days, this is of a binomial distribution with n7 and p.35. Find the probability that the train arrives late on fewer than 3 days. So fewer than 3 means 0, 1 or 2. You just need to calculate these probabilities with the help of binomial distribution. Part B. A random sample of 142 days is taken. This is of normal approximation question. Find the probability that the train arrives late on more than 40 days. More than 40 means the first number should be 41 on the number line. Since we are going on this side, therefore we have to take the lower bound of this number, which is 40.5. 40.5 minus NP divided by NPQ under root. We need this number. This is the sketch of this situation. Minus 1.618, and this area is large, and for large area we always write phi. So this should be phi 1.61865. You can get this number either from table or calculator. That's the answer, up to 3 significant figures. Two things are very important: the continuity correction and the right values of NP and NPQ under root. Question number 5. The 8 letters in the word reserve are arranged in a random order. Find the probability that the arrangement has V as the first letter and E as the last letter. So the remaining letters are random. So 6 factorial divided by 2 factorials for 2 E's and 2 factorial for 2 R's. And this E has already arranged. So we need probability. Probability means requirement divided by total. So this is the requirement and this is the total. Let me write this here. Requirement total. So these are the total number of ways and this is the requirement. So 180 divided by this will give you this answer. 3/56. Part B. Find the probability that the arrangement has both R's together given that all 3 E's are together. This question is of conditional probability and very important question especially. So given this information must be in denominator. So all three e's are together. The answer is 360. See, all threes are together. The leftover letters are 5 with 2 r's. So 6 factorial upon 2 factorial will give you answer of this. All three e's are together. This must be in denominator. Now r's together and e's together. This is here. 2 r's, 3 e's and 3 remaining objects. This is one object, this is one object, and these are 3 objects. So altogether we have 5 objects. So 5 factorial. So 5 factorial divided by 360. This will give you the answer of this part. 1 upon 3. This part is very important. If you want to take the screenshot of this solution, you can. Next question. Number 6. 3 coins A, B and C are each thrown once. Coins A and B are each biased so that the probability of obtaining a head is 2 upon 3. Therefore, the probability for tail is 1 upon 3. Coin C is biased so that the probability of obtaining a head is 4 upon 5. Therefore, the probability for tail is 1 upon 5. Part A. Show that the probability of obtaining exactly 2 heads and 1 tail is 4 upon 9. So, we have 3 possibilities. Coin A and B can show heads and coin C cannot show head of tail. That means 2 heads and 1 tail. So head, head and tail. So head, tail, head, tail, head, head. So these are the possibilities and with probabilities, and this is the final answer. The random variable x is the number of heads obtained when the 3 coins are thrown. Draw up the table for x. So x means number of heads. So we can have all heads, like all 3 heads, or no heads, and 1 head or 2 heads. So probability for exactly 2 heads is here, 20 upon 45. 4 upon 9 means 20 upon 45. We already have this probability. Now work out for this probability. No head means all tails. So tail on coin A, tail on coin B, tail on coin C. The answer is 1 upon 45. This means all heads, mean head on A, B and C. This is here. Since total probability is always 1, therefore you can easily get this probability. 1 minus this and this will give you this probability. This is here. 1 minus sum of these 3. Now given mean is this, we need variance. Variance is very simple. You just need to square this number and then multiply the answer by with this probability. 1 square times this, 2 square times this, 3 square times this. This is here minus the square of mean. This is the answer of variance. Let me write the formula for variance. This is the formula of variance. Well, this is the last question, number 7. A particular piece of music was played by 91 pianists, and for each pianist, the number of incorrect notes was recorded. The results are summarized in the table. Draw a histogram. First, you need to convert this discrete data into continuous data, because we draw histogram for continuous data. So you need to make the class boundaries. This will be 0.5 and this will be 5.5. And you need to work out the frequency densities as well. Class width is 5. So 10 divided by 5 will give you 2. Class width is 5. 5 divided by 5 will give you 1, and so on. This is the histogram. Two things are very important. The vertical axis must start from 0 and horizontal axis must start from 0.5. And you must label both the axes correctly. Number of incorrect notes, frequency density. Next part. State which class interval contains the lower quartile and which class interval contains the upper quartile. 23rd observation. You just need to check 23rd observation. So you need to work out the cumulative frequencies. Cumulative frequencies are here. 10. 10 plus 5 makes 15. 15 plus 26 makes 41, and so on. So 23rd lies in this cumulative frequency. So Q1 lies here. between 11 and 20. And Q3, for Q3 the observation is 69. So 69th observation lies here. So Q3 lies in this interval. Find the greatest possible value of the IQR. This is simple. To get the greatest possible value of IQR, you need to write both the limits in this way: 11 to 20 for Q1, 21 to 40 for Q3. This is the greatest possible value of IQR. Subtract 11 from 40. And if they ask find the smallest possible value of IQR, then you need to subtract 20 from 21. This is the way to get the smallest possible value, and this is the way to get the largest possible value of IQR. The largest possible value of IQR is 40 minus 11, which is 29. Calculate an estimate for the mean. For mean, you need to work out the mid values. Mid values means class centers. The average of 1 and 5 is 3. The average of 6 and 8 is 8, and so on. Now, the formula of mean is sigma fx over sigma f. This is the formula of mean. Sigma fx over sigma f. So with the help of this formula, we can get the value of mean. 3 times frequency 10, 8 times 5, 15.5 times 26, and then sum of the results. Divide by total frequency. This is the answer of mean. An important advice for me and for everyone: we should be well mannered. Best of luck to everyone. I'm extremely thankful to Ms. Huala, who helped me to make this lecture. Indeed, she is an outstanding student. May Allah Pak bless her always. May Allah Pak give her the best grades. Ameen. Allah Hafiz.